Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for January the 2nd through the 8th, 2017. So let me be the first to greet you and send you blessings from the angels. And they send you blessings of joy for all the prosperity and the transformations that will occur in this year. And they're just showing me a sort of a butterfly representing, um, marking that this year is going to begin with a lot of um, transitions and transformations. Um, and they're writing out the word page. And I get a sense of turning a new page, and also just a lot of messages. Um, the writing out the word live, I get this feeling like pay attention to the live feed that will be coming through your own guidance. Okay, they really want you to pay attention to the information that will be coming through from your own guidance, and that and pay attention to it as it's happening. I get a sense of almost like they wrote that word live feed, like it's just pay attention to things as they're happening in the moment and be with that guidance in the moment and really trust it and go with it, because this live feed of guidance is indicating or placing you on the path of change that you've been praying for in your life. And it may seem like they're showing me sort of like a steamroll effect, and it's also showing me sort of a waterfall effect as well. So that's interesting because it's a waterfall coming from one direction and coming at you in another direction. So just be, don't think so much back and about choices, that or looking for answers from something from the past. They want you to stay in the present, because that's where change is really always occurring. It's not happening in some moment of you waiting or wanting for something. It's not in those moments of where you're just wanting. And what they mean by that is that place of lack that you get in, that we all get into, because we have this thing, this idea, this picture from way back, something that we've been running. Like they're showing me like an old film, a school film, not film projector, but the screen with the stand. Something that um, you got to let go of some things that have from back when, and some ideas and things about how these changes were going to come about and what they were going to look like. They want you to let go of what your life was going to look like and what you thought. And they wrote facts. They want you to stay with what's current. They want you to not get so stuck on also what you perceive to be the facts, but just be aware of where your life is moving and the direction and where you're being guided. So much, not so much about where things are positioned, where you're looking at them, because that can always be tricky, your perception. But the way you're guided from within, those are the real facts. And they want you to know you're going to be safe in all of this. But you have to distinguish between the facts of your inner alignment, of your source, of your guidance, versus the facts of what you're looking at from the perspective and the influence, and the influence you're allowing to shape and mold what you're seeing. So there's a little bit of a difference, and they want you to really be aware of that. So again, stand very connected to the live feed of what's occurring to you and what's coming to you in moments as it's literally happening right then and there. And they want you to look and pay attention to, they wrote the temperature, so, or your own temperament, your passions, okay? They want you to pay attention to your passions in your life, those things that erupt within you suddenly. This is coming directly from God, and this is what they're writing out right now. And you have this love for life. They're just saying this. They want you have this love for life, and they need you All you need to do is have faith in this love for life that you have. This love for life that you have, they call it passion. And this passion doesn't come just from you, it comes from God. This is a sign, they're writing that out. This is a sign. When you're passionate about something, this is a clear sign from God. This is when you're getting the answers from God. It's in your passions that God is so clearly speaking to you and helping you in your life. So don't let those moments, don't let your passions go by without recognizing them, without nurturing them with action and faith. Nurturing them with action and faith. You know, with your eyes wide open to this. Keep your eyes wide open. And yes, you're going to feel vulnerable. No, you're not going to feel very secure. It's going to make you feel vulnerable because it's so much, the frequency, but you're safe. It's such a high frequency. It's the highest frequency you could ever hold, and it's healing, the writing goal, which is the healing Christ consciousness. And so this is a lot to take in, but you can trust it. You can be assured in your safety in going with your passions, knowing that you are literally having a connection. And God is writing zooms as if when your passions erupt, this gives you an opportunity to zoom in, sort of like a pinch to zoom, but you get to zoom in on the capacity of God's love and presence right before you. They write right before you. And this is going to be a lesson that's going to be happening a lot this year. This is what they're writing out for the self. So it's going to be a huge, and this is going to cause you to pause. And they wrote youth. So it's going to cause you to pause. And I get a sense that what they mean is going to just rejuvenate you. Okay? Because I get this sense that although this is going to, challenge you, but it's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to, and they're writing lack. So they're saying, call upon them to help, ask you to help, ask for their help with when you get into those places of feeling and focused on lack. Each and every instance, just pray. Pray for guidance. Pray for passion. Pray. Don't just sleep on this. Okay? They want you to pray for passion. Don't take it for granted that you can ask for help, or that you don't assume that you're alone. Ask for help when you feel a great deal of lack. This is going to be a lesson. They're writing this out again, and it's going to be the perfect lesson because you're going to start realizing the lesson here is to recognize that you are not alone. You can't be alone when you are part of all that is the universe. There's no separation here. It's like the sheet of love flows through everything, but it doesn't just flow in a horizontal. It flows vertically and horizontally. It's just everything, and you are part of this everything. And so therefore, there is nothing lacking except those moments when our perception, when our faith becomes weakened by our visual perception and interpretations of reality. And it's in that moment when you need the greatest help and reconnecting and understanding that you need to reflect upon the guidance, the passions that are erupting within you, because those are the facts. Those are the facts that you need to start looking at. This is going to be the huge piece this year for you, looking at this reality through the perspective of God's passions erupting within you. And all will be fair. They're writing this word out. Okay, all F-A-I-R. So all will be fair, and all will be easier when you really get the sense of this alignment. And this is going to create some vulnerability because it's going to create, you're going to be learning to do things differently, and that's vulnerable. That makes us feel uncomfortable because we don't always live there. But this is going to be something that, if you put your attention to this idea of paying attention to when passions erupt within you, that this is guidance. And when you start giving your attention to the law of attraction, is going to start bringing you more opportunities to recognize it. And so the information is just going to flow, as they're showing me a book just opening up. So in this case, this is representing information just opening up. And this is what happens. So when you're feeling, lack, then this is an opportunity for you to realize, to shift that perspective to, where are my passions erupting? And don't look for things, don't be stuck on these big long-term goals like look for the passions erupting in the everyday details. Look for it in the everyday, simplistic, no big fanfare, no fireworks. So yeah, like, I know it's, the new year, and we love to do things big as humans. We love fireworks to show our ability to celebrate. But let the fireworks be symbolic. Let them be symbolic more than outward display. Let your resolutions be more simplistic rather than some outward display, some kind of high achievement. And we're not saying that you shouldn't achieve, but the thing is that the ultimate achievement is this: giving your attention to passions erupting in all the simplistic details of life, the moment to moment, so that this will equate to something far grander, far more valuable than the outer achievements, because this will attract to you all of those things with so much greater ease and security, sustainability, you see. And it will open you up to this eternal guidance. And they're writing, yeah, they like this eternal guidance. Best word ever for what life, how life God is with us. It's an eternal guidance. So there's not a moment that there's an absence of God's love or presence and solutions or answering. He's always talking to us, and it's this eternal guidance that's available to us. And so your faith is what makes that eternal guidance strong. And this is what they're saying. This is what makes your connection strong and makes your vulnerabilities weak, makes your ego or these visuals of perspectives of lack, it weakens them. It causes them to shrivel away and to recess to a place of balance, because they're writing we need both to keep us happy, because they call one together, the light and the dark, or the ego and energy. It causes us to create. It causes us to clarify for ourselves what we are choosing, not what we're lacking, but what we're wanting to choose for ourselves. And so this creates this beautiful culmination of what you create, the reality that is your life. So let's take a look at the cards for the moment. They're giving me a sense of a lot of information here and a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy. But all energy is positive, because all energy is love. And that means that if all love energy is love, then love is orchestrating just circumstances and situations to guide you towards what it is that you truly desire. It's a process to the destination, or to the moment of achievement, or to leading you towards more passions, or situations that allow more passions to erupt. So it's all love. but our perception can perceive them as different things, right? We when we get in that unbalanced state of seeing things, we see things as being good and bad. But what's really occurring is that life is a process erupting, causing and allowing you to find fulfillment. So all energy is love, and all is leading to further passions to erupt. Because it's from those moments of lack and those moments of instability and great joy and happiness and the dance that these appearing opposites seem to be playing is all playing but the dance of love, creation, and for passions to ultimately erupt. And there is greater pleasure, no greater pleasure than this. And so, therefore, have faith in your changes. Have faith in your changes. Have faith in your lack. Have faith in your blessings. Have faith in it all. And this is where the wisdom and the information unfolds to you. The guidance, the eternal guidance. They show me the third eye with a spark of light just in the corner of the left, like an angel. Always a light. Light is always there. All knowledge, but all eternal guidance is light. Okay? So I've already turned over the card, but they seem to be talking. It's so beautiful. And this card is the Archangel Ariel, and it's so wonderful to have this card to be for the first full week of the year. Spread your wings. Okay? So this is already giving us a sense that this is going to be a year where our wings are going to open. So huge, a lot of expansion. Again, don't be deceived by the weaving, the dance of opposites, because it's all going to create an expansion. It always has been doing this. It's just our perception. And this is the thing that we have to learn this year, is to not allow our perception to shift, although it's human to do so. So we have to go with it. How about, let's say, instead of not allowing it to shift, not resisting when it shifts, since it's a part of the process, since it's just the dance that's going to lead to passions for being fulfilled and erupting within us and giving us greater cause to summon more life through us that will cause greater expansion, and that will be that ultimate satisfying pleasure of change that we will learn to enjoy and see momentum really move in such a way that will feel like things are coming from all directions. I get this sense, and one of the things when I keep tuning in, I get this sense of there's right not the word Sagittarius. So some of you who are understand more about astrology than I, but of course this is a fire sign, and so there's this sense of movement in this year, passions, okay, lots of fire and color. They actually wrote coloratura, which for me as an opera singer, it's like the fast moving notes and the flexibility and the agility of the coloratura. So expect things to be like a pot of boiling water, but the good kind. Like when you're gonna something your favorite thing, you're boiling the water for something that you're really going to for that perfect meal or mix of things. All right, so let me just tune in and see what additional message the card says. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So, in this week, but I just get a sense that they're trying to talk to us in this first reading for the year about a lot of things. So, pay attention. Do not ignore the perfect timing that comes up for you, or don't question whether or not it's perfect timing, especially if it's an answer to your prayer, or if it's coming from some eternal guidance that you receive There are going to be a lot of powerful insights that help you, but you just have to have faith and go with them. I'm also seeing the Archangel Gabriel. So this is going to be a huge year for communication, etc. All right. So pay attention. All right. Let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week, and I guess I'm going to have to move this. All right. Card for a bit. And let's see. The first card for the beginning of the week. The Queen of Raphael. So we all know this is the Queen of Cups. And this card is always about following your heart and making sure that you don't allow yourself to get distracted. But in this sense, I'm feeling that this is about nurturing your passions. This is not, of course, this card is also warning you, the cautious side of this card is, okay, don't get so stuck in everybody else's, because you love to mother, you love to love people, you love to love everybody, you love for everybody to be loved and feel loved. And sometimes that can go so far that you forget to do the love thing for yourself. And I don't know why they're showing me the state of California right now. So I'm not sure what that is about, but I'm just going to put it out there if something comes up, later on about it. But maybe some of you are planning a trip or something, or maybe this whole thing of nurturing your passions, and it may be a message to someone who wants to move to that state or is planning to move somewhere else. So go for this, okay? But this is about you really nurturing your passions right now. This is the year to really start really nurturing your passions, to really go for it, to put more of yourself, invest more of your time into your passions. And they're giving me a sense that this is just going to lessen some of the suffering that you've had. They're showing me like a cross next to sort of a crater that's in the shape of an eye. And this crater, it feels like this cross beside the crater that there's been some huge gaps, or where you've just been suffering, maybe because you've maybe fallen into some ruts of negative thinking because they're writing thoughts over the crater, and that this has been, or some things that have been very painful for you, they're writing that out, and that you have an opportunity this year to really pull yourself out of some of these crater-like moments, these crater or painful or negative thought experiences. So as you nurture your passions, this is going to turn into this emptiness, this void that you've been feeling. It's a signal, it's a sign for that actually something is gestating within you. And because the universe there's never a void. It's always being filled in with something. So as you start to nurture your passions, remember, momentum for fulfillment is far greater than momentum for things that cause you great pain, things that are thoughtless. They don't have as much. If there's ever going to be, like, let's say you got an equal momentum attention to things that are good and powerful for you, and as well as things that are not. Well, the momentum of the reality of love, because love is the only energy that really pervades, right? That energy is always going to win out. Its momentum. So all it ever takes is for you to give yourself over to that momentum in any instant, and you will be swept away by your passions, not by your fears. Okay? And if you notice in life, your fears never take you, they take you places, but you never end up fully staying in those places. Something turns it around, and something comes up and opens your eyes, and you're free. So we're always becoming released into the energy of love, because that's what's real. And the reason why it feels good is because it's real. The reason why the other doesn't feel good, because it's not really you. is the way they want to put it. And you can't ever be happy when you're not really you. And that's what being ego centered means. You're not really being you. Okay? You're experiencing it and it feels real. So that's why they didn't say it's not real, because you're experiencing it. It's just not really you. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Another uh, Raphael card. This is a 9 of Raphael. And so this is a really auspicious card because it says, make a wish. Dreams become reality. A joyful time of life. Here we go with this, spread your wings, don't hold back, perfect timing. So as you nurture your passions this year and in this week, okay, this is kind of like a double reading here I'm getting from them. But so, excuse me if it's not so specific to this week as normal, but this is about, you know, dreams opening up for you. And as a matter of fact, it's so interesting because this card came up for me over the weekend. And yesterday, as I was watching something, they literally showed me this lantern, and I got the sense to make a wish. And they wrote, just make a wish to be happy. Okay? So don't focus on the details. Just make a wish to be happy when you're guided or when you feel that you want to focus on something. Just ask to be happy, or what makes you happy, to be shown what makes you happy. Although you really do know, you know. And if you can't find it with the big things, remember, don't always focus on the big, you know, ostentatious, the little details. What little things can make you happy? Because what they're showing me right now next to that crater is like what do you call it? Come on, Bailey. A railing, a small railing, where you can now use just that attention, that attitude, what they're just describing, will act as a railing so you can lift yourself out of that crater. That's how you're going to get out of those crater moments in your life, those negative thoughts, those painful experiences, is when you start to focus on being happy in the little moments, the simplistic things that can make you happy. Not always reaching for that outer, grand achievement. So this will shift and help you a great deal. They're just giving me a sense this is going to be a powerful year of manifestation, and for this week, great opportunities will come up for you as you nurture your passions. I get a sense of things coming into alignment, timing. Don't think that things are happening by coincidence. There's no such thing. These things are orchestrated, and they came most decidedly and increasingly because of your struggles. This is what they just wrote to me. So your struggles, this is what we mean by the momentum of your passions, always will outwin the momentum of your struggles. They're writing out the word spotlight right now. So they wrote, they're dragging you into the spotlight. So some of you've been hiding in these craters. They're dragging you into the spotlight right now. So for those of you who are able to enjoy it, celebrate it. And for those who are not able to enjoy it, well, you'll soon enjoy it. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. So now we have a Michael card. We've been getting a Michael card every week, but don't fear this card, because the Seven of Michael, or Seven of Swords, says, this card, it says, it's just, the message says there's a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. And I love this card because it reminds me of the Robert Frost poem, The Road Not Taken. And one of my favorite poems when I first heard it. And it makes me think about things and choices I've always made in my life that didn't go with what seemed like what everybody else would have expected of me, like doing these readings, or just making choices that other people didn't make, and living my life in a way that maybe not everybody would say congratulations for that. But the thing is that I followed my own passions, and I've learned to appreciate everything, the good and the bad. And I really wouldn't ask to have it done differently. And there have been some really painful experiences that I just, that have changed my life. Some of those experiences allowed me to actually be doing this. So some of um, the most, I don't know how to put this, but if you want to say something that would just take the life away from you, though, if it wasn't for those experiences, I wouldn't be here. And the insights that opened up from this. So I know what about this thing, being really, um, when I tell you this, it's something I've lived in my experiences. That's the best way to say it. So there, at the end of for the weekend, you're probably gonna get to this point. Well, first of all, I like this. There's gonna be a choice point, and you have to be aware of it. And I get a feeling that, see, this road here, you may think that they're just saying go this way because there's all this light on that road and everything's glue. But I get the feeling that this path over here has just been traveled by many, and this one hasn't because of appearances. And it appears to be gloomy and dark. Let me just pull it in just in case. And but this is the choice that you may have to make for yourself. Whether, don't assume just by appearances that something's not right for you, or that it's wrong just because everybody else thinks so. Think about it for yourself. See what erupts when, not, don't be a plan ahead here, but when you're in that moment, see what erupts for you. See which part is truly the light flowing, and and which one is the light not flowing. Rather to say, see which path is that of alignment or non-alignment for you. But you'll always know. You will never be deceived, because this is a card sometimes means that someone is deceiving you, or there's deception or suspicion. But you don't have to be suspicious when you are paying attention to the passions erupting within you. You know that you are being communicated to, or you're communicating with God, Source, at that moment. And so the question is here, do you trust? And so that's what you need to reevaluate here. Not the facts that lie in front of you, but the facts that erupt within you in response to where you are. Because those are the signs that you're looking for. And those are the signs they're writing pushing. Those are the signs that they've been pushing for, hoping that you can capture them more. This is what if they could get anything else across, this is what they would wish for you to get and understand in this year. So forget about everything else and just focus on paying attention to this sign. Paying attention to this sign. Paying attention to the facts from within that come from the eternal guidance of love. These are the factors that are going to change your life. These are the factors that are going to bring, and this is what they're writing, that are going to bring color and closing. The closing that you've been seeking, so that the beginning can start, right? And this connection that will be eternal and expanded. This is what you're seeking. All right, let's take a look at the card I already pulled from underneath, and that's a good card. It's the Emperor. I'm gonna just put this card back because I like to see them there, both there. But this is the Emperor card, and so for the underlying message for this week, and like I feel like this is the week. This week is like if you could imagine like a ray. I don't know how to say this, but like a ray of light, and it's not just for this week, but it's for the entire year. And so this card is indicating, as it says, stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. So this week, and this year, is this starting point for stabilizing stabilizing your connection, stabilizing your dreams, stabilizing your freedom in this lifetime, freedom from those misunderstandings of perception that about who you are, who you really are, right? Because a lot of the source of our pain really and our struggles comes from the misperception of who we truly are. Like we we associate ourselves and our lives with the facts that surround us rather than the facts that are within us. This is really, really profound from even for me to hear for the first time in this moment. As I'm saying it to you, I'm just, the only way I could get it out is to look at what they're telling me. But this is really, really, I have to say it, cheesy, but it's cool. Okay? So, a really great year. And here we have Archangel Uriel, his name means the light of God. So, call upon him. This gives me a sense of a year of illumination for you. Big lessons, support, generosity. These are the words I'm just seeing. Capabilities, opening up for you. And they said they could write paragraphs. Just write paragraphs about this. For the amount of love and that's just going to open up for you. It's always been there. It's not really opening up. It's just that you are allowing yourself to see who you really are. And that's going to happen by noticing the signs of passions erupting within you, noticing those facts, and not just for high aspirations or achievements, long-term achievements, but refocusing and redirecting for the moment-to-moment details, for the simplistic details of life and living. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. I thank you all for your comments and your blessings for the new year and the holiday season. And I'm looking forward to beginning this year with you. And if you're looking for an angel reading, please feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. Also, don't miss the daily card messages for our Facebook readings, which you can find the Facebook page link. And you can also follow us on Twitter for that, for the video and the daily card messages as well. All right, so, and also if you're looking to learn how to do angel readings, or give them rather, or share them, then you can also contact me for that, which you can sign up through my webpage, the services page. It's under the Divine Roadmaps, and we can tailor this to whatever your needs are. It doesn't just have to be for that, but it's a 10-week goal process. Okay, so God bless you. Have a happy and joyous and prosperous new year, especially in the prosperity of the facts of the eternal guidance within you, showing you and revealing to you all sorts of manners of good things. I love you and have a great year.